Pat Miles, as I mentioned earlier, is the Democrat running for Congress in West Michigan, and he is connected now on the other end of our line. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael. Patrick, it's good to be here.
How's the campaign been going so far now? You're running, as I understand, against Republican Justin Amash for the Vern Ehlers seat, the so-called Gerald Ford seat. And a lot of people might say, well, Pat Miles is tilting at windmills. That's a Republican seat and always will be. But I hear other people say that you're very well liked, a very good campaigner, and very popular.
Well, we've got a great message, too. From the first day I announced back in March, after Congressman Ehlers announced his retirement, I said that people are just really as frustrated as I am with the extreme partisanship in Congress. They want an end to the partisan bickering, and they want problems solved. They're not as hung up this year on party. They're not hung up on labels. It's not about the politicians. It's about the people and their problems and what solutions are you offering for them. So that message has been resonating with people of all stripes. This district has been a moderate Republican district, but it's very much moving more towards the center in recent elections. And the voters here, they look at the individual candidates, not the party label, and they want to know who's going to fight for the West Michigan jobs that we've been losing.
Can you tell me what your campaign theme will be? Obviously, you're running against a very young guy who supposedly has the support of the DeVos family. How will you combat that?
Well, our themes are, again, ending the extreme partisanship in Washington, working to solve problems, being effective. We're focusing on jobs and the economy. We've got to stop the outflow of jobs from Michigan. We've got to end the tax breaks that corporations receive when they send jobs to other countries. That's got to stop. We've got to stop creating jobs in China and start creating jobs here in Michigan. We also have to, I've been a business lawyer, as you said, and so we've got to focus on small businesses. That's where the jobs are. They're the job creators. They're the innovators. We've also got to rein in federal spending and restore fiscal discipline. And I've got very specific solutions on job creation, on reining in federal spending.
A Democrat talking about reining in federal spending, that right there would surprise some people, wouldn't it?
Well, I hope not. I mean, I think both parties have been fiscally irresponsible over the last 10 years, and both parties need to get fiscally responsible again. I'm proposing to hold members of Congress accountable. They need to do what working families and businesses do. When you miss your budget, you take a hit. So I'm proposing a 5% congressional pay cut every year. The federal budget isn't balanced so that politicians put their money where their mouths are. Many talk a good game about fiscal discipline and controlling spending, and then they get to Washington and they get reckless. And so we've got to hold Congress accountable with a pay cut when the budget isn't balanced. We've got to go back to pay-as-you-go principles. Any new programs, if there are going to be any, need to be fully paid for and funded. And I like the presidential line item veto, so that you can whoever the president is can cut the waste and pork out of the bloated congressional budget.
You have been very active in charities for a long time and faith-based initiatives. What role will your faith play in your time as a congressman if you are elected?
Well, that's a great question. That's very true. I've been very active over the last 2 decades in a number of faith-based charities and organizations focusing on health care, focusing on education and neighborhood development. Faith is obviously very important to me. I grew up as a committed Christian. My parents are very active in the church. I've been very active in the church. I still am. I actually was going to be a minister before I decided to become a business lawyer. But faith will guide me in the sense of my values, my values of working to help people and help make their lives better, and never losing sight of that. That's the role of government is to protect and to serve and to help people, live better lives. I just believe that.
PatMilesForCongress.com is where people can find out more about you.
Yes, www.patmiles4congress.com. They can see more about my background. They can see where I stand on the key issues and my specific solutions. And, of course, they can always sign up to to get involved with the campaign.
Okay, we'll keep in touch along the way. Thank you very much, Mr. Pat Miles, the Democrat from West Michigan who wants to replace Congressman Vern Ehlers. Congressman Mark Schauer will join us when we continue.